Abdul Sattar Edhi, a social entrepreneur and humanitarian. He is commonly known as Edhi or the richest poor man. I'll share with you his introduction, some background of his venture, some textbook references, reflection on his entrepreneurial life, some critique on the performance, his recognition, and the legacy he left. Edhi was born in 1928 in India and migrated to Pakistan in 1947. He learned of human sufferings at an early age of 11 when he found his mother paralyzed and mentally ill. He was empty-handed but determined to do something for sufferings of mankind. He started as a cloth seller in Karachi but ultimately converted his shop into a free dispensary in 1951. He provided funds for this dispensary by standing in streets and begging for money. He equipped himself with basic medical training and provided medical care to people who needed anywhere in the city. Soon he established Edhi Foundation and Edhi Trust with his wife, who was a nurse by profession. In his career of over 60 years, he has built 50,000 orphanages, thousands of free dispensaries, and various schools. Edhi Foundation owns world's largest network of ambulances. He has buried over 200,000 unclaimed dead bodies personally, and his organization has provided free education, food, and residence to over 1 million of children in half a century. He never accepted any government aid, and his resources depend on the charity and donations of people. As a simple, humble human being, he lived in a one-bedroom apartment with his wife and mostly owned 2 pairs of clothes and never took a salary from his organization. He died on 8 July 2016 after a prolonged illness. Edhi founded the world's largest medical emergency assistance service with over 1,800 ambulances, 28 rescue boats, and 2 airplanes. In addition to that, the organization provides services in air ambulances, marine ambulances, mobile mortuaries, animal shelters, educational services, free OPDs, nursing training care centers, immunization centers, free consultancy clinics, laboratories, and pre-diabetic centers as well. In his early years, Edhi learned to serve humanity with his experience starting at home, where he used to take care of his paralyzed mother for many years. He shares a very interesting story in his own words, which goes that every day before school, my mother would give me 2 paisa and say, "Spend one on yourself and give the other away." Edhi remembers, "It was her way of creating an awareness in me of the need for social welfare." These 2 incidents injected in him the entrepreneurial zeal which led him to create and leave a legacy for centuries. The entrepreneurial work for humanity started right after Pakistan appeared on the map in 1947. This was a time when charitable institutes were required in the newborn country and infrastructure was inadequate as well. Edhi Foundation was established in 1951 and the first welfare center was created in 1957. Back in 1951, no such competition in humanitarian activities was there. The closest competition came in 1954 by the name of Fauji Foundation. In the later years, more organizations started their services as well. It won't be wrong to say that Edhi was a trendsetter. I will reflect few concepts from the text here. The first is the talent triangle. As Edhi started his venture in humanitarian work, he had no business acumen, operational experience, domain knowledge, or formal schooling. It was only his mission which made him succeed in the long run. He started his organization in a one-room office, and once the welfare activities started to expand, he hired people who were then chosen considering business acumen, having operational experience, and domain knowledge. It won't be wrong to say that in the case of Edhi, The talent triangle was applied in the later stages of business succession, which was accompanied with team building activities as well. By looking at the topology of ventures diagram here, we will see that Edhi had served and offered his services in the bottom right quadrant known as enterprising non-profits category. Most of the welfare activities happen in this quadrant. Edhi's strength and power comes from his philosophy of creating social impact. The motivation to this philosophy is linked with a simple and humble lifestyle. He never kept more than 2 pairs of clothing and only wore dark grey color his entire life. His one-bedroom, simplest residence allowed him to focus on his philosophy and mission. He chose his wife among the people who used to support him in his cause and married to Bilqis in 1965. Edhi never took salary from his organization. His life was spent collecting donations from public. Edhi founded the world's largest emergency medical assistance service with over 1,800 ambulances, 28 rescue boats, and 2 airplanes. Edhi Foundation has rescued over 20,000 abandoned infants, rehabilitated over 50,000 orphans, trained over 40,000 nurses. Foundation runs more than 330 welfare centers in rural and urban areas of Pakistan where they operate food kitchens, rehabilitation homes, shelters, clinics, nursing homes and orphanages. Foundation also offers 24-hour emergency services across the country. Edhi Foundation has run relief operations in Africa, Middle East, Eastern Europe, and United States, where they helped in Hurricane Katrina. After looking at the countrywide success of entrepreneurial activity for nearly 6 decades, the learning we get is that social welfare can be carried even without any financial and intellectual resources. There remains no doubt on the effectiveness of this activity. Edhi's services were recognized internationally by various awards. Many peace awards were received by Edhi, including Gandhi Peace Award, Lenin Peace Prize from the former USSR, honorary doctorate from the Institute of Business Administration Karachi, and another honorary doctorate by the University of Bedfordshire, UNESCO Madanjit Singh Prize as well. In addition to these, he was also recognized nationally as well, where he got Nishan-e-Imtiaz, Civil Decoration from the Government of Pakistan, Pakistan Civic Award from the Pakistan Civic Society, Shield of Honor by Pakistan Army, Human Rights Award by Pakistan Human Rights Society. He was also nominated as the Person of the Year by the readers of the Express Tribune. Edhi passed away in 2016 and his funeral prayers were attended by several high-profile civil and military officials as well as renowned persons from every walk of life. He was honored by a 19-gun salute and was the 3rd person in the country to be honored by receiving a state funeral. He was the 2nd civilian to receive state funeral after the founder of Pakistan. In an effort in keeping his legacy afresh, State Bank of Pakistan launched a commemorative coin in 2017 of Rs 50 with a picture of Edhi on it. Currently, the organization is being run by Faisal Edhi, who is the son of Edhi.